The Lakers with back-to-back losses as they lose to the Sacramento Kings 116 to 125 at the Golden One Center. The Lakers were leading at halftime 67 to 61. No Carmelo Anthony for this game. Trevor Ariza got the start and Stanley Johnson started on the bench for this match. The Lakers' biggest lead was 14 points, but that didn't last for long as the Kings took the lead and went from there, and the Lakers couldn't respond. And that's what we've seen with this inconsistency during this season. De'Aaron Fox, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 29 points. He was destroying the Lakers in the paint. He could do whatever he wanted. He attacked the basket and was getting easy layups, and the Lakers were doing nothing about it. He had 14 in the first half. Harrison Barnes, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 23 points, 3 out of 6 from downtown. And Chimezie Metu, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 14 points. For the Lakers, LeBron James, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 34 points. He had 17 in the first half. Malik Monk, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 22 points. At times, Malik was on fire, 6 out of 9 from downtown. But then, nearing the end of the match and at times in that second half, he was going a bit ice cold from 3 and other areas of the court. And let's face it, the Lakers were going a bit cold in that second half. Austin Reaves, 3 rebounds, 19 points. He had 6 in the first half. He's the player the Lakers needed to get the ball to more. 4 out of 7 from downtown. Some of his shots were pure. His energy that he brought to the team in this game, that he brings to the team every game, I should say, is fantastic. And I want to see Reeves get a bit more game time, when other players are on the court. Now, let's go to Dwight Howard. He played 15 minutes in this game, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 points, 3 out of 3 from the field. I would have liked to see maybe a bit more game time. We needed size, especially when De'Aaron Fox was tearing us up in the paint and other players as well. When Dwight was on, we were getting those offensive boards. We were getting those second chance points, so well done to Howard. Now, Russel Westbrook. Just before we get to him, let's go to a few team statistics. As I mentioned, De'Aaron Fox destroyed us in the paint. The Kings, in general, destroyed us in the paint. 42 for the Lakers points in the paint. And the Kings had 70 points in the paint. And we just didn't have an answer. We couldn't respond. And that was the game pretty much. 16 out of 24 from the free throw line for the Lakers, 66.7%, compared to the Kings, 16 out of 19, 84.2%. Our threes, the Lakers made 16 out of 47 threes, shooting 34% from downtown. Too many. 47 threes. 47. It just wasn't good enough at times. And I know Melo was out, but we had other players. Give it to Reeves, who was 4 out of 7, as I mentioned, from downtown, who had energy, who had, the effort in him to drive the lane, to get the ball and shoot and nail it. Avery Bradley was a bit quiet in this game. Russel Westbrook, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 8 points. 2 out of 14 from the field, 0 from 5 from downtown. Here comes your blasting Russ. He was poor in this game, and he's been poor throughout the season. It's that inconsistency, not only from the Lakers as a team, but from this individual player who we signed up, and everyone was thinking, gee, Russ, all the big 360, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook. Well, AD's still injured. He's still on the sidelines. Russ, he's putting up performances like this. The only player who's scoring, who's doing something, is LeBron James in that 360. I'm seeing more from LeBron James, Malik Monk, and Austin Reaves. There's your big 3 stars, because Russell Westbrook is jacking up threes, wasting the ball, wasting opportunities, and we're seeing it time and time again, because he gave up 5 points at the end of that third quarter when the Lakers could have closed the lead, but he just let the Kings back in. That's one player to let a whole team back in the game and get, an 11-point lead or so. Now, in that fourth quarter, nearing the end of the match, it was a close game at times. And what does Russ do? Jacks up a 3, drives the lane, runs into a brick wall, which is the Kings' defense, and turns the ball over. Poor basketball IQ. And that's coming from a player who usually gets a triple-double, who, when playing with the Washington Wizards was dominant, but I'm not seeing that dominance. I'm not seeing that leadership. What I'm seeing, quite frankly, is a ball hog at times on the court, trying to drive the lane, but when he runs into a brick wall, he doesn't know what to do. It turns into a turnover. Give it to Austin Reaves. Give it to Malik Monk. Give it to LeBron. Just give the ball to someone else if it is a close game, and don't shoot a three, because it's not your style of play. Your play is to drive the lane, to get those layups, which he hasn't been nailing. So I'm not seeing it at Staples Center. I'm not seeing it today at the Golden One Center. I'm not seeing it this season from Russel Westbrook. So it's got to change and he's got to improve. But quite frankly, he needs to do that soon. Because if he doesn't, and I'm sorry, but it doesn't look to be like he's improving. So I'm not sure what to do with Russel Westbrook. Whether it does mean trade him, that's up to the club in the end. Now, the Lakers, hopefully they can get a win on Sunday at 1 p.m. up against the Denver Nuggets at the Ball Arena in Denver. Now, the Nuggets have had their issues lately, so maybe the Lakers can snatch a win. Go Lakers. Right, guys, if you like that recap and you want to see more of my content, remember to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. Much appreciated. For more content, follow me on my Facebook page and also my Instagram page.